Let me get that camera clean before I start. Oh, that's so bad. How's it going, you guys? Pop up. Hello, hello, hello. Hey, Christina. How you doing, sweetheart? Hey, Michelle. All right. Oh, I tell you what, I was so excited to be doing Monday Funday today. So yes, I wanted to talk to you guys anyway. I thought we'd have a bit of a conversation before we start because the time I'm so pleased that you're wonderful, Christina. I'm doing okay. I've just been a bit stressed today. Hey, there's my biatch. Hey, Rosie. Michelle, I can't believe it's 3:40 already. I know. Do you know what? This day's gone so fast, hasn't it? It really. Well, to be fair, it's gone fast for me. I'm good, you guys. I'm just like a little bit stressed out at the minute. I'm going to go into it in a sec because it affects so many people what's happened. Bet you can guess. Um, the time now. Oh my God, my wonderful Barb's here. Right, let me just quickly say the time now is 20:41 in the UK. So it's 20 to 9 here in the UK in the evening. I'm going to start the quiz at 9. So we'll get 20 minutes, let more people join before we start on this quiz, and we'll have a good chin wag for 20 minutes while we're waiting for more to join, okay? Bob, I missed you too. So much has been going on, it's crazy. Absolutely crazy. So anyway, you guys, yeah, like I say, I've been really stressed today because we've been like glued to the news for like the last week with this stuff to do with Thomas Cook. So like I'm sure most of you have heard, Thomas Cook, it's like a leading travel firm here in the UK. And they've been going for years. They're like one of the oldest travel firms that the UK's ever had. And we booked our holiday, not for, luckily we didn't book the whole package holiday through Thomas Cook. What we did was, because there's 12 of us, and so in October we decided that you see, my granddad, when he passed away in May, he left us all some money, and me and my brother decided that we were gonna put ours into or a big chunk of it into a family holiday in a villa, you know, him and his 5 kids, me and my 2 kids, and our mum and dad. And we booked this villa, beautiful, gorgeous villa in Menorca. It'd be the third Balearic Island I do this year. But yeah, we booked it for 18th of October. Don't get me wrong, we went straight direct through Villa Plus. So we are atoll protected. We've got a certain amount of protection through the licensing agency that the travel companies have to have. But yeah, our flights ended up being with Thomas Cook and they're now cancelled. So I'm literally like chasing it up. What do I do? Obviously, because the company's gone bust, there's about 180,000 British tourists that are currently abroad that have got no way of getting home. So yeah, it's like the biggest government repatriation going on at the moment that the country has seen since World War Two. I mean, all right, it wasn't exactly a tourism repatriation in World War Two, but it's a scale wise, yeah, bringing a lot of people from abroad back to the UK. It's like the largest one since World War Two. Like 180,000 British customers have got to be flown back by the government, and the government's relying on other flight companies to get them home. So I feel so sorry for everybody like that's stuck abroad at the minute that can't get home. It went from bad to worse because then we were reading in the papers that people who'd gone on holiday in Tunisia to a major hotel in Tunisia in Hammamet. Well, what happens is usually when Thomas Cook what they were doing, and it is wrong to be fair, what they were doing is they weren't paying the hotels until like up to a month after the customers had already had their holiday. And on Saturday, this hotel in Hammamet decided to lock all its customers in the hotel like hostages, demanding that these customers pay again. They'd already paid Thomas Cook for this holiday, and the hotel are demanding that these customers pay again, otherwise they were not going to be released. They had security guards on the gates of the outskirts of the hotel, and they had security guards on the beach to stop people escaping. They were literally held like hostages in Tunisia. And it's it's not the friendliest of countries to visit, let's be honest. I'm just going to be straight with that. You know what I mean? And this Tunisian hotel were literally holding customers hostage, making them pay again. Some of them did pay, and luckily they paid on credit cards, so they could get their money back through the credit card company pretty much straight away. But a lot of people can't afford to, so they were being held in there, and the British consulate was on the case and everything. It was just one big massive mess. Obviously nothing like that had happened to us, because our accommodation in October is pretty secure, because with the villas that Villa Plus deal with, they're their villas. But but at the same time, it's like the flights. We could all, because there's 12 of us, we could all end up getting split up on different flights and all sorts. As if it happens, if they cannot get us, because you've got to think about it, haven't you? If one company's gone bust, the rest of them are going to get filled up pretty fast, aren't they? Through other customers. So it's even if we can get a flight out, the whole holiday might have to be cancelled. So yeah, a little bit stressed out with that. I emailed Villa Plus this morning, and I was trying to be as flexible as I can be. Do you know what I mean? And I was like, look, I get it. You're really busy. You've got to sort out loads for the customers that need you right now. But if it helps and it makes things a bit more flexible, we can be flexible on our holiday. We don't mind going from a different airport or separate on different flights, as long as we've got kids with parents, sort of thing. So we have tried to be flexible. Do you know what I mean? We have. It's not like we've been unreasonable about it, and now we're just really waiting to hear back to see what they can do. So like I say, I don't even mind if they change the destination and put us in a different villa somewhere else. That doesn't bother me, as long as it's the same critiques that we had for the villa that we had. Like, it's got to be near the beach, it's got to be near the shops and a couple of bars, or at least restaurants. Do you know what I mean? So, but yeah, it's been stressful this last week, because we've been hoping it doesn't collapse, and obviously it has. So, but it's ridiculous, you guys, because they went to the government for a bailout, and all they needed for this bailout, I say all they needed, what they wanted for this bailout to stop this happening was £200 million as like a protection buffer for the lenders that were bailing them out. It's actually going to cost, because the government have not agreed to this bailout, it's actually going to cost our government now £600 million in this repatriation thing that they have to do to get everybody back home. £600 million. I'm not being funny, but am I the only one that's sort of looking at this with common sense to sort of say, why didn't the government just save £400 million of taxpayers' money and pay the £200 million? I don't understand it. I really don't. All right, it's not brilliant that we would have to bail out a company that was just a simple case of bad business, but we'd rather pay 200 million rather than 600 million. So, you know what I mean? Am I the only one that's seeing the problem with this? Seriously. And it would have saved a lot of hassle today. It really would have. And a lot of stress too. Oh, I don't know what you guys think. If you know anything about it, I suppose. Hey Sam, you alright, sweetheart? Oh, thanks. You know what? I need some damn prayers right now, because this holiday might be cancelled, and no, it's got nothing to do with Brexit. It's got nothing to do with Brexit at all. It's not. People want to blame it on that, though. Might have to be, Bob. It might have to be. Now, a lot of people are trying to blame it on Brexit, and it really isn't. It's just thing is, the company has been in a downward spiral really since about 2013. So you can't really blame it on Brexit. And also, you know, in the last 4 years, the big CEOs and the top managers have paid themselves upwards of £20 million bonuses. So it's got nothing to do with Brexit, I can assure you. And any bleeding person that wants to tell you otherwise is just either brainwashed or barefaced lying to you. It could be the EU. They have been increasing tax a lot lately. It's like tourism tax, fuel tax. They've been increasing tax left, right, and centre. So it wouldn't surprise me if they've increased business tax as well. But okay, just government corruption per usual. Whoa, it always is, isn't it? It always is. Government corruption per usual. Thing is, actually, I mean, a lot of people might disagree with me because I know a lot of people say that Boris Johnson is like the British version of Trump, but I have got my reservations with Boris. I really have, but I can't help but like him. I don't know. I want to believe that he can keep his promises. I really do. I really want to believe so bad that he can keep his promises. I really, really do. I mean, he's already injected a lot of money into the NHS, which was what we needed. He's called like an extra 20,000 police officers onto the streets as well, which is what we needed. I mean, so far so good. So we'll see. We'll see. I want to know that he can keep his promise to get us out by the 31st. Because I mean, I don't broadcast this quite often, but I did. I voted leave. I did vote leave. I didn't want to remain in the EU, so I've got my own reasons. I think everybody has. So we are entertained by him. I know, I swear to God, right? There was something that the news was hounding him for, and he had. I just remember seeing this video on Facebook, and it was from Sky News or something like that. And the press were hounding him, and they were outside his house. And this was before he became Prime Minister. And I remember him coming out of his house with a tray with about 20 cups of tea on this tray. And he walks up to the press, and there's about 15 of them. And he walks up to the press, and the press are like, Mr. Johnson, Boris Johnson, we want to ask you this question, that question. And Boris is like, no. All I want to do is offer you a cup of tea. And that were it. I think he had me from then. Seriously, I think that guy's hilarious. I do. I really do. It's so. I can explain it like he's so wish-washy, isn't he? He is a putz, definitely. I agree. He's funny though. He is funny. Tea. I just want to offer you a cup of tea. In his posh, snobby eating voice. I thought that was hilarious, you guys. I really did. But yeah, I don't know. It kind of had my attention from then on. I'm like, actually, this guy's pretty down to earth. He's, you know, I don't know. I kind of like that. But yeah, as far as the press goes, I always say to everybody, don't believe everything you read. Yeah. All the USA hates him, and we are stuck with him. See, I'm not gonna sit here and bash Trump. I'm not. I absolutely respect that you guys don't like him, and I can definitely see why a lot of you don't. But my heart, my intuition is telling me to trust him. Somehow. You guys don't have to agree with me with that, and I'm not saying that from any other viewpoint than my own. I totally respect that you guys don't like him. Or at least some, a lot of you don't. But yeah, I don't know. There's something for me there that makes me feel like I should probably trust him. So, absolutely. Thank you, Em. Absolutely. And so are you. So are you all. Hey, Nadia. I'm brilliant, my sweetheart. How are you? How are you? But yes, you guys, if you all stick around, we're going to be doing this quiz shortly. In about 5 minutes, we're going to start the quiz. So stick around, stick around. I'm just going to wait for a couple more to join. So I wouldn't class myself as right or left either. I stay pretty neutral to this kind of stuff, and I look for facts. I always look for facts first, you know. It's like that's the thing, and this is probably one of the reasons, like, not one of the reasons, because I think intuition's a lot to do with it, but a lot of the time I'll see a video of Trump and it's always shown in such a terrible light on like CNN or something like that, or BBC. And perception's everything. I'll then go and see the same scenario but from a different camera viewpoint, and it tells a completely different story about, you know, certain things he talks about. And I think perception's everything. I really do. And I think that a lot of people take advantage of that. I think a lot of people take advantage of the fact that he doesn't always say the right thing, but they like to put a very, very, very nasty twist on the stuff that he does say. So, but like I say, that's just what I've found, you know. And I always think, you know, with this kind of stuff, if you're not ready to dig, if you're not ready to look, that's your own prerogative. If and when you are ready, we can talk. That's what I always say. So, but yeah, anyway, enough of that, because it's just fucking dampening on the fucking energy, isn't it? It really is. I can feel the fucking tension. Feel it. Hey, Steph! Michelle, they have... Oops, that's disappearing. My live chat. Let me see. They're 4 years here in Canada, a term. They're too busy cleaning up the other guy's issues from before to make good on their own promises. Yeah. Nothing really ever gets resolved. It's a repetitive cycle. It's because you've got Mr. Trudeau in charge. That's why, my sweetheart. That's why nothing ever gets done. That's why there's a lot of hypocrisy in the Canadian government and the Canadian system. Because of Trudeau, Mr. Blackface himself. Seriously, when I say hypocrite, I really fucking mean hypocrite. Never known such a fucking floozy in my life as Trudeau. You can't even listen to him talking because he just don't make fucking sense. So, Nadia, are you doing Snapchat now? Snapchat. I think I'm on Snapchat, but no, this is just a live reading. I'm going to be doing a tarot quiz in a minute, Nadia, if you stick around. I'm going to start it in a moment. Oh, she meant super chat. Is that what you meant? Now, Nadia, just stick around for the quiz. They're just freebies today. If you win the quiz, then reading. I think I'm ready to start anyway, you guys. Are you all ready? Let me know you're ready and we'll get stuck in. But in all fairness, I just wanted to vent about Thomas Cook, and then it seemed to like go into another topic, then another topic, then another topic. Oh dear. Right then. So you guys, rules of the quiz. Let's get stuck in. So I'm going to do 4 of you today because I really don't want this to go over an hour. I've got some readings tonight. So I'm going to use the Rider-Waite. Everybody should know this deck. It's the most basic of deck. That, you know, if you're interested in tarot, you know this deck. I'm going to quiz you on anything. I'm going to pull a random card. I'm going to quiz you on anything to do with the imagery, the meaning of the card, or even keywords, okay? Some are going to be a lot easier than others. I'm going to do 4 questions today. So first question, the first correct answer is going to win a free reading. Second question, the second correct answer down the list on the live chat is going to win the second reading. So just FYI, you guys, just make sure that when you click your tab, I'm doing it now, at the bottom, your little chat bubble, make sure you're on live chat, okay? If you're on desktop, in the top left corner of your chat, you should see 3 little dots. Click it and click live chat. Do not keep it on top chat, okay? Otherwise you won't see the other players' answers as they come in, okay, so we can decipher the right position that wins. So yeah, like I say, second question, second correct answer wins. Third question, third correct answer wins. Fourth question, fourth correct answer down the list wins, okay? So let's get stuck in. This is the first question, you guys, and the first person to give me the correct answer will win the reading. Okay, let's get stuck in. So, random card from the Rider-Waite. Yes, please do like and share, you guys. Right, I've said this before about this card, but I'm going to say it again because it always intrigues me. And I'm going to keep it relatively easy for you guys. Right then. Some people mistake this card as being ruled by Scorpio, but it's actually ruled by Cancer. What card have I got here? First correct answer wins the reading. It's often mistaked for a Scorpio card, but it's actually a Cancer card. All right, stop you guys. I do believe we've got our answer. It's the not only is it the first correct answer, it's the first answer. It's true. It's Triunity Light. It's our Bob. It was indeed the moon. Can I just confirm from the other members in the chat that it was indeed Bob who won that? Can you guys just confirm that it was definitely Bob who won that? Yep, there you go, Bob. My sweetheart, I get to pull a few cards for you. What can I do you for? What can I do you for? You want to ask a question, you can. If you want to tell me to roll with it, you can. Scorpio trouble. Okay. Is this that same person that we spoke about last time? Is that what this is? Yeah. Okay, sweetie. I'll check into it. Right. And if I remember rightly, you're a Cancer. So Bob, Cancer female, trouble with the Scorpio friend. Can we give her some advice, guidance, prediction, whatever you want to say? I'm moving to Oregon. They are not sure if I should go. Okay. Oh dear, Bob. Okay, well, there's your Scorpio right there with the Tower. Huh. I've also got Death reversed again, Scorpio, and the Magician. 3 major arcana, so that would explain the move. That you're gonna have to move. I don't think you another major arcana. Bloody hell, Bob. One more, please. The Lovers. Seriously, Bob. We've got some serious spiritual shit going down right here, okay? I don't know if you can feel the energy, but Jesus Christ, I'm overheating. So, I pulled 5 cards, and all 5 are major arcana. And I'm feeling very touchy right now. This is a very fated reading. You came on here for a reason. You really did. She's your mirror. I've just pulled priorities for you, Bob. I'm just going to read this card. It says you understand the paramount importance of manifesting love in all situations, but it's also a reminder that priorities come first. One more for Bob, please. The situation with her Scorpio friend. And empathy. Okay? God says you feel and understand the emotions of another in the service of love. Okay? And like I say, it's funny you mention mirror, because this is going to be on both sides. Your friend is going to have priorities. You've got priorities. Your friend is going to have a strong empathic feeling towards you, and you also have a strong empathic feeling to her. The thing is, Your Scorpio friend's being a little bit self-destructive at the moment, and it's unfortunately, Bob, it's nothing that you can help her with. So, if you've had them vibes that things seem to sometimes feel a little bit dark with this friend, a little bit dismal, not in a negative way, but like I said, well, it is negative, but not in a serious way. It's just dark, dismal, depressed, low vibrational energy. That's kind of what I'm getting at. If you're starting to feel that around this friend of yours, it's just because she's going through a bit of a phase at the moment where it's, I can explain this. Every time she thinks she's getting somewhere, something else crops up, and she don't like change. That's what it is, isn't it? She don't like fucking change. So Angela's like, nah, okay, this is everything to do with change. She don't like change. That's what this is. Yeah, but the thing is, Bob, you don't like change, but you adapt. And you force your son into change because, especially if you know it's good for you, that's the difference. Your friend, on the other hand, don't like change and does not like veering off her lane. It's like she stays in a lane and that's it. It's this way or it's no way. And, like when she's pushed into a form of change, she doesn't like it. So obviously, she may be feeling like she's, with you moving, it's almost like she's losing a part of a friendship there, and I kind of want to say it's an irrational fear. I really do. I think, especially with Death in the Reverse and the Tower here, it's almost like, and the Magician as well, it's like manifesting an irrational fear. I think you just need to, she lives in Oregon. Oh, right, okay, so you're moving to Oregon and she lives, why is she afraid of you moving towards her? Why is she afraid of, it's to do with change, she doesn't like the change. I'm assuming that she's not in Oregon, but she is. And you're moving to Oregon. Why does she not like the change? Bob, I'm just going to ask you a simple question and you need to say yes or no. And I really don't want to make you feel uncomfortable. We can take this private if you really don't want to answer this. But I think you know what I'm going to ask you. Either have you got feelings for this friend of yours, or does she? This is three ways. Either this is three ways. Do you have feelings for your friend? Does she have feelings for you? Is she afraid of what could be possible? You don't know. I genuinely think that you're going to have to move. A part of you moving to Oregon isn't just her, though. That's the thing. There is an element of priority for you, sort of moving there. So that's completely understandable. If I were you, I'd probably pull back on the online friendship with this friend for now. Get your moves sorted. Do what you need to do for you. And then once you're there, once you're settled, once there's no stress, once you've got your priorities in order, then you can start to look into what this means for you both. Because the thing is, with the lovers, it's a fated kind of thing. So I think you guys are supposed to be in each other's lives. I genuinely do. But this lady, whether or not you end up with feelings for each other or not, this lady is so self-destructive. I'm a little bit concerned at the impact on you. This lady is so self-destructive. And I have to, because of the way the spreads come out, Bob, I mean, it's 5 major arcana, this is. So this isn't anything I want to be taken lightly. So if this sounds over dramatized, it's because it actually is. I don't think you are. I really don't think you are. I don't think you can cope with it, Bob. That's the thing. And I'm being a bit biased because obviously I've read for you before and I know you. But at the same time, I'm looking at the High Priestess and I think the only thing you can do is pray for her. and let her come to you. I really don't think you should be putting any pressure on this lady. She seems to be in a bit of a self-destructive pattern at the moment, i.e. saying things she doesn't necessarily mean. That's the thing, yeah. I have to agree with Michelle. You can't help someone if they don't really want to help themselves, or if they don't accept there's a problem themselves, and I don't really think that you get anywhere with that. You know, if you sort of go in there like, I think I know the problem and I think I know a way to help, you could actually end up insulting her without realising it. That's the problem with this. That's why I'm more inclined to say, do your move, sort your priorities out first, then we will look at the empathy side to this friendship. I think at the end of the day, you can't put your son through added stress. You really can't. I think the way I'm going to leave this reading is to say, yeah, I mean, I would, looking at this spread, the thing is, Bob, you know, if I'd have got any other cards, I'd have probably been blasé about this, but the fact that I've got 5 major arcana that probably should all be clarified on, you know, and I've got no time to do it, and that's the problem with this. And you're right, it will probably take a fucking hour just to get through all 5 of them. But yeah, on the surface, that's the reason why it's coming across so dramatic. Get your priorities sorted first. You can stay in touch with her, just don't hound her and don't put pressure on her, because she's self-destructive at the minute. And if she comes out with something that upsets you, you're sensitive enough to hone in on that and let it affect you. And we really don't want you getting to that stage. So yeah. Well, I'll just play this video back, and I will draw out the exact same cards when I speak to you, because I've said them out loud, I've shown them on camera, I will know which ones they are. But yeah, I think this definitely needs a bit more. On the surface, Bob, she's self-destructive at the minute. There's not much you can do for her, and you're going through a lot. Your priorities need to be sorted first and foremost. Your friendship with her is going to have to wait till later, when you've got enough strength in your character, enough strength in your heart to actually deal with that side to the friendship. Okay, so let's just, I get it, San Fran is expensive, and the thing is, the reason why I know this has got nothing to do with your friend Bob is because when I read for you last year, you told me then you were moving because San Fran's too expensive. So I genuinely know that's the case. You know what I mean? I'm just concerned that your friend in Oregon doesn't think that's the case. That's what I'm concerned about. Anyway, I'm gonna have to have a fuck, because that's fucking very rare when that happens. Such a fucking short reading as well. Jesus Christ. Anywho, Bob, yes, we will talk. If you email me, I know you tried getting in touch with me on Hangouts, but I've been having issues with Hangouts just lately. I got your notification, but I couldn't click on it. I don't know if it's my phone, the app, or what. But yeah, if you just email me instead, Bob, yeah, and we'll sort something out. Anyway, you guys, I'm going to move on. This is question 2. Clear my fucking energy. Where's my smoky quartz? Oh, I love Barb to death, but every time I read for her, I get hounded by her guides and her higher beings, and it's very intimidating. Because she's a spiritual person as well, that's why. Yeah, I do. I get a little bit fucking hounded, and a lot, all in one go for such short reading. It really is, isn't it? It really is. I got this shit. Rosie, I've got this shit, babe. I have. I really have. Anyway, you guys, right, let's get, I'm ready now. Sorry, I'm getting all frigging flustered. There's a lot of good and love around me. And you know when you feel love around you from the spirit world, you feel heat. And, you know, when you've got so much of it around you, you just feel like you're burning up from the inside. It is a bit uncomfortable when there's too much of it. It's not a horrible feeling. It is a nice feeling. It's just a bit uncomfortable and a bit, whew, thank you. Whew, thank you. So, that's fine, Bob. You know what your own guards are like. They're just sharing the love, that's all it is. Used to get it with my bull for 10 years. Oh, bless. Right, and let's move on, you guys. So, question 2. I don't do repeat readings either. So, you know, if you win a reading, I'll move to the next person down in the list if you end up winning again. Hot flashes only with him. Right. Question 2. Question 2. Second person down the list wins the next reading, you guys. Right, then. Let me see. This is an easy one, you guys. Right, second person to give me the correct answer will win. I'm going to use keywords. So, mother, nurturing, feminine, very feminine. What card have I got in front of me? What's this card? Second person to give me the right answer wins. Very feminine. Stop, you guys. I do believe we have a winner. Can people just double check on that it was indeed the one that got that right. It was indeed the Empress. Can I just get a check that it was definitely the one that won that? The one. Our dear M. The one. Stella, it's the second person down the list to win the reading. We're on the second question, second correct answer, sweetheart. And then third question, third correct answer, fourth question, fourth correct answer, and so on. It just makes it fair so that in case we get a know-it-all in the room, the same person don't keep winning, you know what I mean? So, yeah, it was definitely the one. You've just won your son a reading, my sweetheart. What can I do for you? Go with it, boo. Oh, I'm rolling with it. I'm rolling with it for her. Let's see. I'm being told to use my Harmony Tarot deck for you. Okay. No problem, Bob. We will speak soon. Like I say, just email me. Cancer female. Right, I've got the 8 of Wands reversed. I've got Death reversed. I've got the 5 of Cups reversed. The 8 of Cups. And the 5 of Pentacles reversed. That bothered me a little bit. Right. Let me get the Romance Angels out. Cancer female. Alright, I've got attraction. And I've also got children. So, 3 couple activation cards. Cancer female. Alright, I've got transformation, which runs in tandem with the death card, albeit the death card is reversed. And oh, you got empathy as well. Alright, Em, I've got a bit of a warning here for you, sweetheart. Right, you've already shut someone out here. So this is probably someone recent past or within the last 2 years at least. You've already shut somebody out here, okay? They refuse to change. They're very childish. Children could have been an issue as well. Like if, you know, I don't know why it would have been an issue, but maybe it was. But I feel a very childish element with this card. Someone who played on your feelings, who played on your empathy, played on that good nature. The one, Scorpio X and his daughter. Right, okay. Well, at least you know what this is then. Like I say, whoever this person is, they refuse to change. They played on your emotions. Very, very, very manipulative. Very manipulative. It was, I'm going to do what I want, but you've got to change. That's kind of what it was. I'm not changing, but you can. You know what I mean? You regret ever having anything to do with this person. It caused you a lot of trouble. The problem with this is you are going to hear from this person again. And not in a good way. He could, I couldn't, yeah. Yeah, that's the problem though. You're going to hear from him again now. He's in jail. Yeah, I know exactly which one now. You're gonna hear from him. He's gonna get in touch with you. He might, well, he's gonna write you a letter. I don't think he'd call you. I think he's gonna write you a letter. And it's gonna, yeah, I remember you mentioning it now, yeah. Yeah. You're gonna hear from him, and I'm a little bit concerned that again it may be tugging on your heartstrings a little bit, so to speak. Yeah, to the point where you actually might wonder if you'll ever get rid of this guy. It's like morally you do not want him in your life, but he knows how to manipulate you, and I really don't think that there is. Even in a letter, he can word it so fucking carefully that can just suck you right back in. You're gonna have to not reply to this letter. The 5 cups is reversed. You're gonna regret it if you do. Yeah, I wouldn't say so. I don't think it is a karmic connection as such. I think you may have had something to learn from this guy, more so about yourself. I.e., learning to see the fucking red flag when it's there and get out of it a lot sooner than you did. That was probably the lesson that should have been learned. But I think it needs to be severed at this point. I really do. I'm a little bit concerned with manipulating you a little bit and sucking you back in to the point where you actually start to wonder a little bit, you know. Or not even in a relationship way, because I know you wouldn't because of what he's done. But I think that you might consider like trying to be friends with this guy, and I really don't think that's a good idea. It's like you'll know what I mean. You'll read the letter. You'll read the letter. The way he communicates to you is so fucking manipulating, and he knows exactly what he's doing. No, I think what you're gonna have to do is when you get this letter, all right, read it if you really want to, but I think you're just gonna have to bin it or even burn it. I really don't feel there's any good can come from responding to that letter. I really don't. So I think you're being warned here. You may get some communication that you don't necessarily want from this guy. And no good can come of it if you respond to it. Absolutely not. You've been warned, my sweetheart. You've been warned. I'm going to have to leave it there because I've got to move on or so I never get finished. Burn the bastard thing and move on with your life, which you are doing. You know, your YouTube channel seems to be going really, really well. Keep up with that. What's up, Abby? What at this time? Fine. He ain't having one though. He can have the cordial. Yeah, the Vimto. Sorry, you guys, my daughter. Anywho. There's way too much positivity to go backwards, sweetheart. You keep going on and up. Right, I'm going to move on. Third question, third correct answer wins the next reading, you guys. So, let me go back to my Rider-Waite and draw a card. Man, these readings are so fucking intense tonight. Oh, I know it sounds so biased and just so easy, but I love the fluffy, positive, empowering readings, and I love you guys to death, and I love reading for you, but oh, can you guys not feel the intensity? Oh, I'm gonna have to do something, my sweetheart. I think I'm gonna have to sleep with my smoky quartz. just to cleanse myself. It's just very intense. Very intense. And I'm Scorpio and I can cope with a lot of intensity, and even this is just too much for me. Yeah. Right then, so you guys, this is the third question, and the third correct answer is going to win the next reading. And I've got no doubt it will be just as intense. Right then, if I say hanging on for dear life, refusal to let go, what card have I got right here? The third correct answer down the list will win the next reading. Clinging on, refusal to let go. What card is this? Third person to get this right wins a reading. Keep going, you guys. Up to press, I can see one correct answer. Keep going. Refusal to let go. Keep going, you guys. Keep going. I've still only got one correct answer up to press. I need 3. I need the third up. Keep going. Keep going. Ooh. Alright, and you can stop, you guys. Can I just get a check on the winner there? I've got 1, 2. I've got Stephanie Cummins as the third one to get that right. It was indeed the 4 of Pentacles. Can you guys just double check that that was indeed Stephanie Cummins that just won that? Third one correct. I do believe it was our Steph. I'm just going to get the others to clarify it, my darling, because I hate it when YouTube mess up my live chats. Yes, Stephanie. Lovely. Steph, right. Just remind me your sun sign. And what can I do you for? Do you want me to roll with it, or do you want to ask a question? Lovely. Thanks, Em. Yes, way to go, Steph. Capricorn, and he's a Scorpio. Okay. Is there a specific question there, or do you just want me to look into that in general? Okay. What does he want with you? Okay. I'm being guided to use my vice versa tarot, which I really, to be fair, I haven't picked it up in a couple of months, because it's a very sort of intense deck to use. If I'm honest, it's very intricate, but I'm gonna use my vice versa tarot. So Stephanie Cummins, you did say Capricorn, didn't you? Let me see that. Yeah, Capricorn, he's Scorpio, right. What does a Scorpio want? What's his intentions with our Steph, who's a Capricorn? What are Scorpio's intentions with Steph? What's a Scorpio's intentions with Steph? What's his intentions with Steph? Okay, what's that? Right, so first I've got the 7 of Swords reversed, followed by the 4 of Swords. Right, I've got the High Priestess with the 3 of Swords reversed. I've got the 8 of Swords as well. There's a lot of swords here. A lot. Again, very intense. What's this? The Knight of Wands reversed with the Queen of Wands. Okay. I'm just going to throw you a couple romance angels. I've got chemistry. And I've got true love. Okay. A lot of the problems here, Steph, are what's in your head. I've got unity as well. And satisfaction. Right, Steph, I can totally understand why you're all up in your head about this guy, because he is intense. You know, I don't think you're used to it, and I think that that's what the problem is. The thing is, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Hey, Gina. Hey, Tudor Rose. Sweetie, the Knight of Wands is reversed, and this generally tends to mean that it is somebody who is very much in and out, in and out, in and out of your life in terms of love, and usually they're up to no good while they're out. But because I've got so many swords here, I'm inclined to say that this is more in your head than an actual reality. I am. I have to look at context here, okay? Because the High Priestess is screaming at me, more is yet to be revealed from this person. The Seven of Swords reversed, generally for me, a lot of people read it differently, but generally for me, it is a fear about a person in your head that actually isn't necessarily what you think it is. So if you think this guy is messing around, messing you around, it's, yeah, okay, he's being very inconsistent, but it doesn't necessarily mean that he actually is messing you around. And that's kind of where I'm going with this. I have to admit, I mean, this Three of Swords here for you. Well, yeah, that's exactly what I was just going to say. The Three of Swords reverse tends to sort of meet. I mean, if you look at the card, let's look at the card. This is why I love my birth. It's this card right here. It was the reason for me being drawn to the vice versa. Right here, we've got a fresh wound. Right, and in the reverse, this is lingering. Do you see how he sat there staring at that broken heart and not moving on? It's raining. It could do with moving off and getting shelter, and instead, no, he sat there wallowing in that kind of self-pity from that lingering broken heart. Now, I personally think that you could, if you let your guard down, fall for this person, but I kind of want to say, if you do, it's a massive guard to let down, isn't it? I kind of want to say that's the Eight of Swords with the Four of Swords. That is a massive, massive mental guard to put down for you, and it's not something you're comfortable with. It's very intense and you like it, but at the same time you're not used to it, and that's what's bothering you. Is it too good to be true? Now, on the True Love card, it doesn't say anything about a relationship. It just says this is the romance of a lifetime. So it's a good indication that, yeah, okay, you guys might fall in love, and that you are going to have a lot of fun with this guy, should you let your guard down. There's a lot of chemistry there. So as on the card, a strong magnetic attraction. He's very attracted to you. He is. So if that was a bit of a worry of yours, rest assured, he is very attracted to you. A lot of your problems, my sweetheart, are in your head. That's just exactly what this is. I think what Spirit's trying to hone in on here, Steph, is the fact that when you first start seeing someone and dating them and, you know, finding out things about them, it shouldn't be a stressful time. It shouldn't. You should be able to enjoy it. It's what they call the honeymoon period. And I think that when you overly nervous, overly skeptical, and not very open during that honeymoon phase, them first few months, you're pretty much setting yourself up for failure. You're pretty much setting yourself up for yet another heartbreak. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying this guy's the one. I'm not seeing anything here that screams at me, he's the one. I'm not. But what I am saying is that you actually could have a lot of fun with this guy. And there are ways that he can make you feel really good about yourself if you fucking let him. If you just let that guard down a little bit and think, all right, you know what, if this doesn't work out, then that's fine. But I'm going to enjoy it for what it is. You're going to actually have some serious fun with this guy if you just get yourself in that mentality. I've got satisfaction. I'm just going to read you this. You let the energy of love guide you to self-approval so that others no longer define who you are. Start to learn to be a bit more satisfied with yourself and where you're going and and with the past. Be satisfied with the past. Be accepting of the way the past had to lay out. Okay. I do say so. I do say so, Steph. And I've got unity as well. You understand that the love shared with another is amplified and has a ripple effect across the universe, but it's conditional. If you have fun with it, then it is amplified. Then it is a connection can establish itself. You know what I mean? Connections, correct me if I'm wrong, but I've never known of a connection establish itself with anyone who's that nervous that soon into a fling. Let's be honest, at the moment it's a fling that you should be enjoying. You probably get a lot of good nights out of this guy. Try not to have any high expectation. I've got no doubt you will have, because you've been hurt and you are very sort of bruised in that way. You won't be expecting this to happen, but at least if you change your perception, just tweak it a little bit and get yourself to a point where you're actually okay with whatever does happen, whether it's we have, some nice hot sex for a few months and then he moves on, then I move on. You can get yourself to the point where you're okay with it. It's not going to affect you as much if shit does hit the fan. And also, if anything more comes from it, it's a bonus. You're not pinning all your hopes on it. Let it be a bonus. So yeah, I know my sweetheart, and do you know what? As long as it helps you, I'm not even going to blow smoke up my own ass about this. As long as it helps you, chill the fuck out, have some fun with this guy. Get some rubber dinkified, a couple nights a week, walking like the cowgirl and all that. As long as you have some fun with it, you'll be right. Seriously, you'll be alright. You'll be alright. Enjoy the fuck out of it. Right then. Okay, you guys, I'm going to do the last question, and I wish you all the best, Steph, moving forward. Right. I'm glad of that. Right, and you guys, let's do the last question. This is the fourth question, and the fourth person down the list to give me the correct answer will win the last reading. Okay, you guys? So I'm going to pull a random card from the Rider-Waite deck. All you got to tell me is what card it is after I give you some clues. Do you know what? I always get that card. Always. I'm going to pull another random one. I did that one earlier. Seriously, you guys. Okay. This is a nice and easy one, you guys, because I've got to keep my time short. I've got to go like in literally 5 minutes, if that. So if I say the meaning, it's pretty much textbook meaning to this card, crying over spilt milk. What card have I got? What card is this? I need the fourth correct answer, you guys. This one should be easy. Crying over spilt milk. What card is it? This should be easy. I need fourth correct answer. Boom! I think we've got it. So let's go down. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm doing 4. It's fourth. Yeah, Tudor Rose. I do believe that's you, my sweetheart. There's the 5 of Cups. It was indeed. I wanted to keep that one easy because I need to get moving on. I've got a reading in about 10 minutes. I could push it at 10 maybe. So just get a clarification that it was indeed Tudor Rose who just won that. Who was in the 5th position. Oh dear. I think it was. Yes, I do believe Tudor Rose won that one, you guys. So, you were just energy. You think it was you, Michelle? Let me go back and have a look. I've got Michelle first, Tudor Rose second, Steph third, Tudor Rose typed up again in the fourth position actually. Yeah, so yeah, it would be Tudor Rose in the fourth position. Can I just double check that that's what's on everybody's feed? I've got Alex D first, Tudor Rose second, Stephanie third, Tudor Rose fourth, and then Alex D again fifth. And I was looking for the fourth. I'm just trying to clarify it now. Is anybody else getting the same thing, or is there a discrepancy? Don't matter if there's a discrepancy, because I'll fix it anyway, as I always do. I just want to double check. Is anyone there? That is correct. What, the way I just read it? Michelle, are you concurring that Tudor Rose was in the fourth position? It is Tudor Rose. Okay, right. No, not a problem then. I just like to double check first because YouTube have been messing with my live feed and I don't like letting people down. Right, yeah, Gina. So Gina, you've got this reading. So what you say, just give me energy surrounding me. Yeah, I can definitely do that for you, Gina. Let's do that. What deck am I using here? Yeah, vice versa. I'm gonna stick with it. Okay, energy for Gina from Tudor Rose. Can we do an energy reading for Gina from Tudor Rose? Always seems very strange reading for another tarot reader. It does. Gina from Tudor Rose. Hey, my daily life. I'm actually nearly finished, sweetheart. Gina, energy around Gina. Don't put yourself down, Gina. You have a gift. Of course you have a gift. You're a Scorpio. Alright, 2 out first. 2 of Wands with the Magician. I get the word expansion from that. Expansion. 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 Sorry, I'm on something. Got the Knight of Swords. And the 10 of Wands. The vice versa tarot do read differently. Here it's kind of putting it onto yourself, and here it's somebody else doing it to you. So it came out in this context. So I love the vice versa tarot. It's not necessarily a textbook. You can't read it textbook. You just can't. You have to literally sit there studying each card one for one for days on end. Got the 8 of Wands as well. Right. Let me throw a couple of oracle cards. Gina. Got Purpose. One more for Gina. And Compassion. Right, Gina. As far as energy goes, I kind of want to say to you, this is about conscious expansion, if that makes sense. It's about opening your mind a little bit. It could be to do with personal life in general. It could be to do with your work. It could be to do with a bit of everything. It seems like you've got so many ideas, so many plans that you're yet to do. And there's a little bit of a concern that by the time you actually do get around to doing it, it could be done too fast, i.e. you could rush and cut corners with it. So whatever your plans are, and I do feel a lot of it could be work related. I really do. But at the same time, I think there's a personal aspect to this as well, like maybe something around the home. Whatever it is, that Ten of Wands is the concern that you may take on more than you can handle if it's rushed. If it's rushed. If it's not a gradual process. Because, I mean, the Two of Wands always means the same to me. We can either go the easy way or the hard way. And, you know, it's almost like, you know, we could end up going the hard way here, where you can end up burning your son out to the point where whatever these great plans of yours are could actually end up being rubbish. And there's that concern with this, really. The Purpose card, I mean, it says on the card, you possess the determination and dedication to consciously demonstrate love. But, I mean, it's, for me, it's more about your purpose and how you actually sort of conduct your purpose in life, in your work or whatever. There's a lot of compassion in you, and I think people need to see more of that. I really do. It says on the card, you demonstrate the language of the heart by actively sharing and living love. And I think that there's a lot of compassion there, and there's a lot of good advice. There's a lot of life experiences that you've been through that you could actually do something with to help others. But again, if it's rushed, you're going to end up building a rod for your own back here. I think that's why a gradual process needs to happen, definitely. Whatever project you're thinking of right now, you are definitely gonna end up rolling this out. They're just letting you know, don't rush it, take your time with it, you know, add a little piece at a time, you know. Say if it's services to what you do for work, add a little piece at a time. Don't come in with a big massive list that's just going to end up overwhelming you, you know what I mean? You've been wanting to write a book. I think that's a brilliant idea. And I love the fact that we've got the Eight of Wands here as well, because that's loving communication. That is loving communication. So yeah, it makes sense if you love to help people and, you know, you love to show love in that way. Absolutely. And I've got the Magician, to be fair, you know, it's the only major arcana I've got here. You can manifest whatever you want, baby, and it's saying that you've got all the right tools in order to do this. They just don't want you rushing it. They don't want corners cut. They don't want pieces left out or silly pieces added that are not going to be of benefit. This is about sticking to the purpose, sticking to the plan. You know what I mean? And actually going through this very thoroughly. And like I say, there's just a lot of emphasis on don't cut corners, don't leave anything out. But don't do this all in one go at the same time. It's very strange. It's very strange the way it's come across. As far as your actual energy field goes, again, I think the compassion card is very apt. I think you are feeling very loved, actually. Self-love. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And you've got a lot to love yourself for as well, because there's a lot of good that you can achieve. And you need to stick, you need to imagine. And I know a lot of people think, you know, helping someone. Yeah, okay, that's good. No, that's not just good. That's a wonderful thing. That is a wonderful thing. And from a spiritual point of view, it's the best kind of thing you can do with your life is to help somebody else. It's good karma. I think that's what I'm trying to say to you. It's very, very, very good karma. So yeah. I was just saying to you, Rose, sorry if you lost me. I was just saying, energy wise, it's a lot of good karma. So yes, please do stick with it. I think so too. It is a good thing, but I think in Gina's case, I think that she's at a position now, especially spiritually, where she's being given permission to expand, but not too fast, to the point where she burns out. But she is being encouraged to get a ball rolling, really, when it comes to expansion of love. We're at a point where we really love ourselves, but now it's time to expand and just push it out a little bit. So I think that's a really good thing. I think that's a really good thing, and I think that you're going to achieve some wonderful things actually. Maybe not so much in, like, you know, fame or even money, but as far as humanity goes, absolutely, absolutely. Anyway, you guys, I'm gonna have to leave that there. Yeah, listen, I've got availability for pre-recordings. I did say it on my reading, the live feed that I did earlier on. So if anyone really does want one of those, I have time through the day to get it done. I'm just running a little bit dry on the appointments for the live readings in the evening. But like I say, I can get pre-recordings done through the day. So it's probably the best time to catch me to do that, actually. But you guys, I'm going to leave it for there for now. I'm going to go do this reading in a moment, and then I'm going to go to bed. So, right, and you lovely lot. Love you all. See you later. Bye for now.